Hunter, quick question.
Here we go again.
If you were making a live-action He-Man movie, where would you set it?
Well, He-Man, that's Eternia, right?
Castle Grayskull, epic battles, swords, magic, destiny.
Yeah, well, all the things that make, He-Man, well, He-Man.
Yeah, so what if instead...
And here's the Dan-patented twist.
You set most of it in a small American town.
Don't like that.
With a high school gymnasium.
Nope.
And a big battle stage on top of what looks like the rooftop of a Radio Shack.
I think not.
Today on the Hubbubbery,
we're talking about the He-Man movie that gave us Frank Langella as Skeletor.
Gave us Dolph Lundgren as He-Man.
And then said, hey, how about we just take this to a gymnasium?
Good journey.
Good journey.
Before the era of billion-dollar franchises.
Before superhero movies figured it out.
Before we learned to maybe keep epic fantasies in a fantasy world.
There was 1987's
Masters of the Universe!
By the power of Grayskull, it's the Hubbubbery!
Okay, quick context if you've never seen this.
Tell me about the loneliness of good, Dan. Is it equal to the loneliness of evil?
I'll do that. So, He-Man is the most powerful man in the universe. He's fighting Skeletor for control of Castle Grayskull on this world called Eternia.
Great. Stakes are set. We're doing it.
He-Man's on the run. The sorceress is captured. Skeletor's winning.
Even better. This is the He-Man movie!
So, to escape, He-Man and his crew use a device called the Cosmic Key.
Which is?
It's a glowing space synthesizer.
Okay, so the fate of the universe rests on a musical instrument that the 80s overused.
Well, it was a very fancy synthesizer that had an open portal to another dimension setting.
Oh, I could have used one of those last week.
And this synthesizer opens a portal to...
somewhere exciting?
A small American town. And from that moment on, we're just there, in a small American town, for most of the movie.
All right. Let me get this straight. So we open on Eternia, establish Skeletor, set up Castle Grayskull, a pretty impressive Castle Grayskull at that, I might say, and then just leave it all behind.
Yes.
For a small town high school.
Yes.
And why?
That is a very good question, and the answer involves a toy company, a bankrupt film studio, and one of the strangest production stories in 1980s Hollywood.
I'm intrigued.
Are you? But are you, though?
Yes, tell me more, Dan.
Coffee time.
Yeah.
All right, so the parking lot, the gymnasium, the Radio Shack rooftop. How does that happen in a He-Man movie?
It's a good question. I'm going to throw this out here. Budget.
Budget, yes. But here's the thing that surprises people. The Earth setting, it wasn't forced on the movie by Mattel. And it wasn't a late-stage studio note. It was baked in from the very beginning.
How so?
So the original screenplay by David Odell pitched the Earth concept because Odell and the concept team knew that building a full Eternia on screen would be way too expensive for any studio to greenlight. Well, so Gary Goddard inherited that script when he came on board, and he immediately started fighting to get more Eternia into the film. He hated how extreme it was.
And, well, he got 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, he maxed out his entire budget to build Castle Grayskull in the throne room across, it was 2 full sound stages. The production design by William Stout, who worked on Conan the Barbarian. It's legitimately impressive. I mean, when you look at this, you can see that Goddard wanted to give this film a genuine epic scale before the characters were, exiled to Earth. And here's where it gets interesting. Goddard knew the Earth section was going to look ridiculous.
Well? Ooh.
Especially in daylight. And we get a little bit of that. He-Man and Teela and Man-at-Arms walking around a bright, sunny American suburb. So he had a solution.
He-Man grocery shopping in broad daylight?
Exactly what he was trying to avoid. So he made a deliberate choice. Shoot nearly all the Earth scenes at night. Shadows, neon light, atmospheric smoke. Preserve the comic book fantasy of the mood.
Okay, well, what about Mattel? I mean, they own the property, right? So where are they in all this?
mostly watching. They monitored the production to protect their toy line, and they occasionally pushed back on the violence to keep things, family friendly. But the studio structure left them with very few real checkpoints. They didn't put He-Man on Earth, the budget did. It's a story about a director who loved the source material. He inherited a compromised script and spent every day of production trying to make it better than the circumstances. And there's one more budget decision. Orko, he was this floating little wizard on the animated series. He would have required incredibly expensive special effects. So, they said, let's replace him with a ground-dwelling practical effects character who could be performed by a real person.
Gwildor.
Gwildor.
Who are you?
I am Gwildor.
So, in a strange way, the budget cut that took out Orko gave us another character that wasn't familiar to the fans. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of either character, but I guess we can laugh about it now.
Gwildor always gets a laugh.
You're right.
Native clothing all over the place.
No matter when he appears, they're just like, Gwildor!
Oh, Gwildor!
Oh, Gwildor! Gwildor!
Gwildor.
We're about to get killed. Gwildor.
Yep. Yeah. He makes everything better.
Oh, man.
Family friendly, Dan.
When I saw this, I was like, why do they have that stupid floating thing?
Yeah. Where's my stupid floating thing?
God.
Who's this guy?
How is that an improvement? How about none? How about nothing?
I don't believe it. I've got a lot of serious work to do.
Okay, so here's where the production story gets genuinely remarkable.
Oh, good. It gets worse.
Well, it gets more interesting. Canon Films, already operating on a shoestring budget. They started going bankrupt during production.
Oh, during. That's not a great sign.
Yeah, so Manahem Golan and Yoram Globus, they're watching their company collapse in real time while He-Man is fighting skeleton warriors on a studio backlot.
Where are they going?
Well, that's a very specific kind of chaos, Dan.
Yeah, most directors deal with notes from the studio, but Gary Goddard, he was dealing with the studio ceasing to exist.
That's a pretty ultimate note right there.
I think it went like this. We have some concerns about Act 2.
We also have some concerns about paying anyone.
So it showed up on set, and the story goes that Cannon literally cut power to the sets at a certain point. Just stop paying the bills.
Also, not a great plan. So what happened?
Well, Gary Goddard, he started paying the crew out of his own pocket. I mean, the guy, he just wanted to keep this movie alive.
Well, yeah, the director personally funded part of the production.
Yeah, out of his own pocket to keep a skeleton crew working because he believed in the movie and didn't want to walk away from it.
Okay, skeleton crew, I see what you did there. Okay, but anyway, impressive by Gary, but dark times for Cannon.
It was, and you can kind of see it in the film. I mean, that final battle, the showdown with Skeletor, it looks darker and more minimal than anything else in the movie, and that's really not a stylistic choice. That's just the budget running out in real time.
Yeah, it's about all they had left. So the darkness of the final act is literal.
Yes, the darkness of the final act is quite literal.
Yeah, and there was going to be a sequel to this, right?
Oh, yeah, there was going to be a sequel, and the script was written, and sets were even built.
Oh, sets were built for a sequel that never actually happened.
Yeah, sets were built, and then production shut down, and those sets, and those costumes, and those props...
Yeah?
They became a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
I'm sorry, what now?
The 1989 movie, Cyborg. Cannon needed a movie to fulfill a contractual obligation to theaters, and they had no money in a warehouse full of, He-Man sequel sets. So they just made Cyborg instead.
He-Man sets hosting Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Which, when you think about it, is also a sentence that describes the most powerful man in the universe.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
In 1989, arguably.
By the power of Brussels!
All right, let's talk about who's actually in this thing, because despite everything, the bankrupt studio and the parking lot battles, the cast is genuinely interesting.
Okay, all right. So how about we start with the obvious?
Oh, yeah. Dolph Lundgren as He-Man.
Physically, he's kind of a pretty perfect He-Man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the man looks like he was genetically engineered to play He-Man. He's got the build, he's got the hair, the presence. He walks in and you go, yeah, that's He-Man.
Yeah. I mean, and yet I kind of feel like the movie doesn't give me enough He-Man, you know?
Yeah, he kind of disappears for stretches. He-Man, in his own movie, is essentially a supporting character because the actual protagonists are...
two teenagers from the small town where He-Man lands.
You got it. Julie, played by a very young Courtney Cox.
Look, we've come this far. We're not about to give up.
Pre-Friends, Courtney Cox.
That's right. Pre-everything. And Kevin...
Will somebody tell me what the hell is going on here? Huh?
Played by Robert Duncan McNeil, who you later kind of know as Tom Paris from Star Trek Voyager.
Okay, all right. So we've got Monica Geller and Tom Paris in a He-Man movie.
Fighting skeleton warriors. Kevin finds the cosmic key and he, thinks it's a musical instrument.
I mean, because it is a musical instrument.
Yes, he starts noodling on it.
Which summons Skeletor's forces to Earth. Oops!
Yeah, and then there's Gwildor, played by Billy Barty.
Gwildor always gets a laugh.
Enter!
Gwildor.
For reasons that really nobody can fully explain. He just appears and it's funny.
And then Frank Langella as Skeletor.
I am Skeletor.
Now, he gives a performance that suggests he believes he's in the definitive fantasy epic of our time. He's not phoning it in.
Yeah, no, he's delivering, "Let this be our final battle," as though he's on a stage in London.
One more move, and your friends will not live to see another day.
Here's the thing about Langella. And he took this role specifically for his young son, who loved He-Man. And he decided if he's going to do this, he was going to do it completely.
Yeah, well, I mean, might as well be Shakespeare for Frank.
Oh, yeah. He said that the makeup was genuinely unpleasant to wear. It looks like it. Hours in the chair, limited visibility, physically exhausting, and he still committed 100% on every single take.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was clear he never forgot what this movie was supposed to be.
Yeah, everyone else, they kind of just adjusted to the chaos. Skeletor refused.
And honestly, that's the only way I want my Skeletor. Dan! The cosmic key has activated!
Oh, yes! Time to harness the power of Grayskull.
We are about to travel beyond the limits of logic!
Into a realm where reactions become unavoidable.
Good journey with us into the reactor! Kevin just finds an alien synthesizer and starts noodling with it.
In his defense, it is a synthesizer.
I don't think that's a good defense, Dan.
It's the only defense he has.
Okay. Also, question for you. How do you think they afforded Purple Haze?
And that's when they ran out of money. This is a battle for the fate of the universe.
Before a school dance!
You just know that Beastman's gonna be voted prom kid.
I don't know. My money's on Karg. Well, this seems less like Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, more managers of the warehouse.
Our only hope of defeating Skeletor is to find the cosmic key. Have you seen it? It's this large.
Wouldn't say that.
That seems like he's talking about something else?
Yeah, that something.
Welcome to Earth, Curve Man.
Is that a new nickname?
He is talking about the cosmic key, right?
I think it's better if we don't.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
And here he is, the Dark Lord of Eternia.
Just in the street.
Asking where He-Man is.
Something I'd also actually like to know.
Sir, this is a no parking zone.
He's not listening to you.
Ah, no. This is where the movie remembers what it's supposed to be. Skeletor absorbs the power of Castle Grayskull and he turns into a golden god.
And that's when the movie ran out of money.
Yeah. He rises on a throne of light. He delivers a speech about becoming all-powerful.
I am more than man.
And Frank Langella plays it like he has never heard the word budget in his life.
And amazingly, this is just a few minutes after the Radio Shack rooftop scene.
Same movie, and it works.
Okay, I take it all back.
There it is.
All of it is just the long walk to this.
By the power of Grayskull, he has the power! Looking like an idiot.
That's the idea.
Oh, well, good. Good job, me.
I'll be back.
He will not be back.
No one's coming back.
Nope.
Except the sets. In Cyborg.
JCVD, man.
Good journey, Skeletor.
Good journey, He-Man.
Good journey.
Good journey.
Good journey.
So I want to talk about when we first saw this movie. I saw this movie in the theater when it came out at the drive-in.
Really? Drive-in. Hard to find those anymore. I'm sure that was a pretty fun experience for you.
Well, what's funny about it is that, like, drive-in movies, just in general, they tend to have a slightly different standard. I've always, called them, like, drive-in movies. Great for the drive-in. Like, certain movies are great for the drive-in. I mean, Joe Bob Briggs has made an entire career out of drive-in movies, and this is certainly one of them. When I was sitting there between the concession stand and the screen, the jokes at the time were pretty much writing themselves.
Yeah, well, you're already in a parking lot. You're in pretty much the perfect setting for He-Man.
Yeah. It's a very forgiving place when you're sitting there in a, beat up old Toyota listening to the audio come through that little mono speaker.
Not exactly Dolby Atmos, I guess.
Not even surround.
It's through a tin can.
Through a tin can on one side of the inside of a car.
Yeah. Well, and I hadn't seen this. This was one of those early stories, as some of you who watched might know. Dan shudders at the sound of me saying I've never seen that. And Masters of the Universe was one of those movies. I remember vividly, Dan, you were sitting in my office, and I was taking notes on which movies that I needed to watch. This was one of them. So I hadn't seen it until, a few years ago, and watched it. And, it's not the best. But I will say, rewatching it for this show, I did enjoy it much more the second time around.
Oh, I mean, it is in every way just sort of like junk food.
Yeah. It's a good way of putting it.
Of cinema. Mm-hmm. I at the time, I remember watching it and being like, all right, here we are. I mean, look at this. They're doing He-Man. It's like, I don't really know all these characters. I don't think Karg was, that was unique to the movie, and Gwildor. Although
not a big fan of Gwildor.
I wasn't a fan of. I mean, nothing against Billy Barty. He is a legend, and he's played so many characters. Yeah. This one, it just was like, they were clearly trying to cover up because they couldn't do Orko, and I didn't like Orko either. And I watched the cartoon a little bit. Yeah, it was kind of at the end of that kind of period where I was growing out of certain things. Yeah. Not Speed Racer. But I did know a lot of the characters and a lot of the toys, and I noticed that they didn't really have a lot of the characters or really any of the toys except for, Skeletor's staff and He-Man's sword. Is like, good job, thanks. Yeah. For having those. That would have been a problem. But otherwise, it didn't really feel completely like it. Yeah. But it felt adjacent to it.
Yeah. The opening at Castle Grayskull, they clearly put their money into those scenes in Eternia. Yeah. And it showed. And especially watching it again for this episode, you know what? This is pretty good. And then you get to the parking lot.
I mean, this movie's a great example of watching money just disappear before your eyes. Yeah. So it's like, well, I hope you like that scene, because that was it.
Yeah.
We'll be back, sort of.
Yeah, specific moments in the movie that clearly the money went to. It was Eternia, Castle Grayskull. You got Purple Haze. There are a number of other popular songs that play in this movie, other than, Purple Haze. clearly that costs some money. And,
Oh, yeah.
I get it. You probably could have put some of that money in different places and it would have been okay.
There's a weird allocation of funds.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, well, there's all your money.
Yeah.
And then obviously no money
Mm-hmm.
when they're running around behind, and I always say it looks like, behind a Home Depot because it's just a bunch of pallets that are stacked up.
Yeah.
This should be an epic battle, and it mostly looks like people need to watch out because they might get splinters.
Yeah. Well, even in the final battle between He-Man and Skeletor, that looks dark. I mean, they used lights to try to make it a little fancier, but really it was
lights.
that was it. It was just the two of them, and really at that point they had run out of money.
Yeah.
And that was about all they could do, sadly.
And they also look like they may have run out of stunt coordinators because it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of swinging going on there. It's a pretty short, redacted battle.
There's a lot of editing going on at that point.
There's a lot of editing.
Yeah.
And, as much as I think they probably spent the budget on that gold costume,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't much care for that either. I
Yeah.
was like, well, that doesn't look like Skeletor. He had one job. Just make it look like Skeletor.
Yeah.
Here's what I keep coming back to, though. And honestly, I think it starts with Gary Goddard.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he had an impressive commitment to this movie.
Yeah, this guy, he fought hard to make the best movie he could. He paid the crew out of his own pocket, and he just never stopped trying. And it does show.
Yeah, oh yeah, I agree completely. And, this movie, even when it was strapped for cash and the power literally cut out to the sets, it feels like it believes it is an epic, even when that epic is happening on the roof of a Radio Shack.
Oh, yeah, especially then. And that sincerity is what I think keep people coming back to it. It's what big swing filmmaking looked like before Hollywood figured out actually how to do it. We have a studio saying, we have the most powerful man in the universe. We have a great villain. We have a great director who loves the source material. And we have access to a gym.
Green light it!
And that
is 1987's Masters of the Universe.
So let us know. Did you see this movie when it came out? Did you see it at the drive-in? Did you see it on home video? Did you see it recently? Have you seen it at all?
Did you love it? Did you hate it? And important question, did you know that its sequel became Cyborg? Because, that one still gets me. And I might have to go watch Cyborg now.
Just let us know. Drop it all in the comments. Like, share, hit the cosmic keyboard. Just don't hit us up for any purple haze because we can't afford that.
No, can't afford that for sure.
Good journey, everybody.
Good journey.
Thank you for supporting your local Eternian programming. Like, subscribe, and share this episode with your honor. I attempted to harness the power of Grayskull once. It mostly only improved my posture. Nigel Fiddlesticks departing for Castle Grayskull.